let me tell you something. It's a shame that they took this long to invite me. Nobody does intros better than me. The things that you may hear on this podcast, let me tell you, they may not represent the stance of the highly regarded hosts and employers, past, present, nor future. Now please enjoy this tremendous podcast. Sad.
You are listening to the Geeks and Gripes Podcast with Dex, Rich, and Mike. And now, let's get our show started.
Hello world. This is our 7th episode of the Geeks and Gripes Podcast. You can follow us on Twitter as @Geeks and Gripes, and everywhere else in social media as Geeks and Gripes. That includes Instagram, Facebook, and Twitch. We found that somebody has been twitching.
Yay! That would be me. I decided to take the onion out of my belt and try to get into this whole Twitch thing with a very new game, modern game, Final Fantasy IX. But I've been enjoying it. It's been a while since I've played it, so I guess it's been fun rediscovering everything. Also, for anybody who has been watching the stream, I give you a warning that I'll make the warning in the next Twitch video. I need to restart the game because I missed an item that can only be found once for an achievement. So yeah, I need to go back. If it wasn't for one of my friends, Adi, that she sent me a video, like one of these weird videos of how powerful you can get before you reach a certain point in a video game. And he said, "Oh, remember this item?" I'm like, "Oh, darn. That's the only place I can get that one." Gotta love old games. Oh, you missed this item? Okay, you missed it.
Yep.
It ain't coming back.
Gone forever.
So don't worry, everyone. As we promised on the previous episode, we are gonna dedicate this one to anime.
Anime! Cue the opening. Oh wait, we don't have one of those anime openings.
I don't know.
Darn it.
We can subcontract somebody to sing in Japanese.
Yeah, there you go. That would be cool.
If we had Patreons. So please go to Patreon and become a Patreon.
Shameless plug. But no, really, we need it.
We are Geeks and Gripes at Patreon, so please go. We need your money. I mean, I get it, the whole times that we're facing, but still we need your money.
On that note, little tangent before we start. Hope everybody's staying safe, staying inside. Take this time to play video games, read books, do new hobbies. Any miniature gamers out there, you have no excuse to not be painting your collection right now.
I was
No
just thinking
excuse.
about that. Like, I need to put everything back out and just get in the zone. Like, this is the perfect time to pick up, like, every painting project I dropped off.
Exactly. Literally no excuse. Not even if you don't have paint. Just, Amazon that, okay? But yeah, everybody stay safe wherever you guys are, and we'll get through this. And on that note, maybe this is the perfect time to start watching anime. Huh? Seamless segue.
Yes.
Right there.
So, this episode is going to be about anime. We're going to talk about many things, many good things that nobody does better than me. And with that, I believe the first topic that we wanted to bring up on anime was what got us watching anime.
Yeah, because I'm sure everybody has that story that, a friend called them over and we're like, dude, you got to check this out. You got to check this series out. It's amazing. And the person's like, I don't know, I've never seen like anime, and then they saw it and they're like, oh, I need it all. I need it like directly into my veins right now.
And I'm old enough to like, I don't know if I'm proud, but my first like experience was Akira, which to me is a masterpiece. I think it's just because it was one of the first things I ever watched in that like genre. But Akira was amazing.
And cue the Akira Tetsuo Akira. If anybody ever complains about Naruto and Sasuke or any other like characters that yell at each other, blame Akira. Just blame Akira outright.
Yep, it was an amazing like first like dip, and then I saw like Ghost in the Shell, Ninja Scroll. Like to me, those were like the three best like movies back in the day.
So how did you get into watching Akira?
My anime friend invited me over to watch an anime, which I had no idea what it was. And after that, it was like that, then another one, and eventually I just got into like actual series like Evangelion, just old like the old classics one by one, I guess.
Yeah, cool. Oh God, you mentioned Evangelion. No, thank you.
So Dex, what was your first anime experience?
Oh, mine was very simple. Mine was Saturday mornings. One of the like cartoon blocks they showed on Wapa TV, one of the Puerto Rican channels, and it was Dragon Ball, the original Dragon Ball. That kind of got me started, and then from there I started looking for like more of them, and then came Adult Swim and blessed every single child of the 90s with its glory. And I got to see Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball, Cowboy Bebop. Like that is a classic right there. And from there, I just started watching pretty much everything I could. Movies, different series. And then came the greatest. The Straw Hats and their adventures. One Piece.
So you've really been watching One Piece since the 90s?
Well, since Mike showed it to me. It was actually Mike.
Yeah, I started watching One Piece. That was not my first anime. I'm the stereotype, the type of person that started watching anime. That their first anime was Dragon Ball Z specifically.
Okay, it's not a bad entry point.
In fact, I remember that some of the first things I watched were the fight between Goku and Vegeta, the first one.
Ooh, yeah. Classic.
Yeah, I saw what today is the meme. What is his power? It's over 9,000.
That's always a classic. Over 9,000? Yes, Nappa. Did I stutter? No. Over 9,000.
I actually caught on Dragon Ball like really late, and it was just one of those like random TV channels, and I started watching, and it would be really annoying because they would get to a point and then restart the whole arc. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
good
because
old, like old TV.
Because the funny
licensing rights.
Well, the Ocean Group, that one that licensed Dragon Ball, only licensed around the time that Goku arrived to Namek. So they had no licensing for the rest of the series.
Oh, God, I remember that when they started doing the new episodes, it was like the rest of the Namek saga. And we got to see everything happen, like premiere.
Right, and that's when we found out that 5 minutes lasts 500 episodes.
Yep.
God,
of
yeah.
Screaming.
Well,
next episode on Dragon Ball Z.
It's technically powering up, it's just, they power up by screaming for 3 episodes. And then they fight.
One shot. It's over.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, the point in time where their licensing ended was exactly when Goku, like, finishes his 100G gravity training and kicks the crap out of, it's not Raccoon, but the other guy, or was it Raccoon? Yes, it was Raccoon.
Yeah, it was Raccoon.
he kicks his butt, and then we're back with Gohan climbing the waterfall.
Also, I'm not gonna lie, some of the best characters in that series are the Ginyu Force. In Japan,
cool.
in Japanese, in English, it doesn't matter. They are just amazing.
Ginyu Totsenkai!
We are the Ginyu Force. Pose, because if you don't pose, you're not a real Ginyu member. Remember that.
I mean,
I wonder if that's part of the screening process.
Ginyu stayed alive since the Namek Saga all the way until Dragon Ball Super, when he officially was killed. You know,
spoiler alert.
I heard it in my head before you guys said it.
You had all the time in the world, fan, to watch the Return of Z or whatever the movie was called. The F, sorry. So
what was the first time that you had like a culture shock by watching anime? Like for me, it was the end of Evangelion, like before the OVAs. The end of Evangelion was the most psychologically weird thing I had ever seen on like any show ever. Like it's like, yeah, we're gonna clap and we're in his head and it's like, oh, this weirdness. So I don't know. That to me that was the first time I was like, okay, maybe they're a little bit weird.
I mean,
maybe the Pokemon jelly donuts.
I mean, the culture shocks for me started with how openly you could have a character like Muten Roshi.
Oh yeah.
Be a complete pervert, and it was completely normalized.
It was actually the running gag.
And
that actually was a bit of a shock as well, I guess. And because he was really like nothing you would ever see on Western TV.
Right. And you start learning things about Japanese culture, like, you know, they do the blood on the nose, you know, the nosebleeds, representing something else. The fact that if you sneeze, somebody's talking about you.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's when you start learning about, you know, their ways in a way. Obviously, I don't think everybody like that is like that, but those are references that once you start watching anime, you start getting used to. Oh, wait, it's a cultural thing. If you sneeze, somebody's talking about you.
Yep.
Well, yeah, because in the U.S., I think it's like, oh, somebody's talking about you. Are your ears burning?
Mm-hmm.
And then finally during my university days, then I started like watching all these weird animes like Shinobuden. For those who don't know Shinobuden, let's just put it on the same genre as, you know, Golden Boy.
Oh, there you go.
Boy. Golden Boy was a friend of mine gave it to me as a birthday present in college. Like he had it in a VHS. He said, like, I want this back. This is gold for me, but you should watch this. And he let me like, you know, borrow it for a couple of like days just so I would watch it. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, Golden Boy's a classic.
So the whole One Piece for me started because one of the people in my university was like head over heels over One Piece, and he was preaching the ways of piracy, not the other piracy, but the One Piece piracy. And
which interestingly enough is how we used to get most of our anime back in the day. Yo ho, yo ho.
So eventually I gave in and started watching it, and I ended up agreeing with that person.
And then he needed to recruit more people, and he's like, "Hey Dex, here you go. What's this? Just get past the first 3 arcs, and you'll be fine." Oh, okay, cool. And I was hooked.
And then after that, it became like the big three for me, at least. It was One Piece, Bleach, and Naruto.
See, that's the thing. I never really liked Bleach. I mean, it was interesting.
Me neither.
But
I could watch a few episodes. It's like what was Kenshin? The Kenshin, I would watch compilation of every fight on YouTube, but I could not stand the drama.
Wandering Samurai Rurouni Kenshin is a masterpiece.
No.
Yeah.
I could watch the fights were amazing. Like I back in the day I would go to like YouTube and watch the compilation of the fights.
But in
the
my opinion,
Sojiro fight was amazing. You know, like I can relate to all the fights because I watch all the fights, but I could never get into like the drama.
yeah, no, but no, like in my opinion, that series ended with the Chichio fight. Like that, it ended there. There's no more. You can't tell me there is. I refuse to believe it. But no, I love that series. And another series that I really like was Full Metal Alchemist back in the day.
I've always wanted to watch Full Metal Alchemist.
Same
I've never,
here.
Like I've seen a bit, but I've never like sat and I've started it, but the beginning doesn't like catch my attention. I know it's gonna get a lot better, and I cannot criticize it a lot, but I just can't. It doesn't like pull me in.
Well, that's the thing. Like you have to get through everything because that's as you start progressing through the couple of episodes, that's when you start seeing the backstory and like the messed up
I know
everything in that series. But
I think that's like that in every anime. Like you just have to give it like a couple of arcs, and then you'll like be.
Oh no, but with Full Metal Alchemist is a couple of episodes. Especially Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, because the thing with Full Metal Alchemist is that the original series that they did, actually got ahead of the manga, and it got to a point where they just kept going and finished it on their own in their own way. And then when the manga was actually finished, they decided to bring it back as Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, and it was more loyal to the manga. Like everything happened with the manga. If you see some episodes from the original series, you will not find them in the new series because they were not part of the original manga.
So they're filler, basically.
No, that's the thing. They're part of that story because like the animation studio continued the story themselves. And then the mangaka actually finished the manga, and that's when they eventually picked up Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, which is more of a direct anime series for the manga. Like honestly, I recommend Brotherhood. Like if you're gonna watch one, it's on Netflix. Queue it up.
But
like,
does Brotherhood start like as the manga started, or it just continue after the point?
No, it starts as the manga started. It's literally the entire story.
Okay.
Like if you have a chance, I definitely recommend it.
Okay. So the same thing happened to me with Full Metal. It's like I started and it couldn't draw me in. Same thing happened with Inuyasha. Like I saw a couple of episodes and couldn't continue.
No, Inuyasha, no. No Kagome, no. Kagome is one of the single most abusive characters in any anime.
When everybody was watching Inuyasha, I was watching Tenchi Muyo, and I watched Tenchi Muyo. It was like my not that like super violent anime.
Tenchi Muyo was awesome.
There were some there's some Tenchi Muyo that I like, but then the other like the newer series that they made, no, thank you. I love Yu Yu Hakusho. Oh god, Yu Yu Hakusho was the bomb. And they have one of the classic anime series tropes in most shonen anime. Shonen is basically more geared towards boys in Japan, while shoujo is geared more towards girls in Japan. So shonen is basically like action fighting, and a classic staple of every shonen anime, the tournament arc. If there's not a tournament arc, it's probably not a shonen manga or a shonen anime at all. Just no.
I don't think Bleach had a tournament arc.
Well, yeah, but Bleach just had fight after fight after fight after fight after fight.
See,
Bleach always felt a little bit like for like a higher age audience than a shonen.
Yeah,
like a
Bleach was like that borderline between shonen and seinen. If
Yeah,
I'm
I
using it
guess.
right.
It always felt a little bit like older, like in content. I don't know. Maybe it's the art style, but I always felt like Bleach was a bit more like.
Well, to me,
See, like I followed Bleach. I followed the manga until it was supposed to end, and then they just kept going. And at that point,
because I think they did that like 3 times.
yeah, and then at that point, I'm like, no, I'm done. No, I'm good. No. It ended where I think it ended, and I'm just gonna leave it like that for my sanity. The only reason I went back to it is because I heard that in one particular chapter or two, one of the greatest characters, one of the greatest, manliest characters ever created, Kenpachi,
he did the
finally, Yeah, like the really big guy with the messed up sword that uses basically only brute force.
Yeah.
So that guy finally hears his sword. And
Yeah.
finally does a Bankai.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh wow.
And it is basically just OP. Just pure OP.
I think his Bankai and the I think it's Yamamoto Genryusai, the original captain.
Oh yeah.
His Bankai was absurd. Absurd.
That's another trope that I love in most shonen anime. Oh, that guy, he's old. How old? Really old? He's super powerful.
He's the captain commander.
Yeah, it's like just don't mess with that guy. He will you will not see him act and when you see him act, he's just gonna destroy everything. Another perfect example and another series I definitely recommend is Hunter x Hunter. Hunter x Hunter. Like that series is awesome. Like they did like an older series and a newer series. They both pretty much follow the arcs almost identical. And one of the best characters there is Netatero. That old guy he is the definition of OP old guy.
The problem with Bleach is that I have to admit I only finished Bleach because I already had committed so much time to it. But Bleach turned into what I call the pool manga because that was full of like everything just happened.
Yeah, some of the stuff on Bleach was hurried, I guess. Don't get me wrong, like
sometimes.
I'll admit
sometimes
that
it was like drawn out. Like Bleach is a weird like example. Like I do not relate Bleach to any other anime. I think it's its own kind of thing.
Okay, so on that note, what is the weirdest anime you've ever seen?
Oh, don't go there, man. It's gonna be something really messed up.
Exactly.
Anime can go really, really, really weird.
Exactly. So let's just throw it out there so people have some things to Google when the lights are off and nobody's watching.
Okay, before I give my answer, let me put a warning here that if you're listening and young kids are around, I will try to keep this as discreet as possible.
No. So here's the thing. When I say weird, I don't mean weird in that sense.
No, but I mean I think it's the most weirdest manga I've read. And I think it warrants to be commented. So the name of the manga is Futari Ecchi. Of course, by the word ecchi, you kind of get what genre it was. Yep. But the reason I liked, and I'm sad that I never got to continue it, because I might actually go back to it, it's because even though the topic was ecchi, they still portrayed it more like a health class. So I used one of the HR approved words. They actually made it look more educational than comedy, and I found that very interesting.
Okay.
I think I remember you talking about that a while back.
Yeah, I believe I watched that series around the time that I met you. Yeah, give or take.
So, for me, it was, and I stopped watching. Like that's how weird it got. It was Berserk. So Berserk starts really okay. Is this guy with a sword? He kills 100 guys. He becomes really, or 1,000 guys. I don't remember anymore. And he becomes really famous. It's a really like, guy oriented, a lot of fight and blood and blah blah. But then kind of demons start coming in, and then the demons start doing really, really, really messed up stuff. And when I stop watching, it's when he finishes like the main storyline, he gets to where he's supposed to win, and then he goes to like hell, and they do stuff to people, and like I was like, nope, I'm not opening that door anymore. It got really weird.
And just to bring a normal series for me, I think one that I watch and I've never heard about anyone else watching it but me is Demon Eyes Kyo.
Okay.
It's it's a series based on the historical periods in Japan back when there were still like clans and shoguns, or before the shogunate, I guess, where everything was just a clan. And a lot of the references in the series are entirely from historical artifacts. So I found that very interesting too. But it was a weird series. Like I really like couldn't put my finger on it in terms of like the storyline.
See, you guys went pretty tame, man. Like, you want to know the weirdest series I've ever seen? Bobobo-bo Bo-bobo-bo Bo-bobo.
I think I remember about that. Let me Google this real quick.
Yeah, it's legit. That's the name.
Yeah.
Bobobo Bo-bobo-bo Bo-bobo.
Yes, I know that series.
I saw it in English, and it is a mind-melting series. I saw it in I'm like, okay, maybe it's the dub. Maybe it's the dub. Like, maybe the gags. No, I saw it in Japanese. It's mind-melting in Japanese.
Oh, God.
The series is amazing. I just love it. It's completely nonsensical. You think Gintama is nonsensical? No. You have not seen Bobobo.
The art style itself is like nonsensical.
His name is Bobobo, right? The
yes,
yeah.
Yeah, Fist of the Iron Nose Hair.
On that...
It's like that anime about eating. Like, I always forget it's like the name. My friend was watching that and I couldn't.
Yeah, Toriko. Toriko?
Yeah, Toriko. Yeah, Toriko. Like, it's like nonsensical as well. Like, it's just weird.
Yeah, but Toriko is this mix of nonsensical and like how the world is, but still like shown in action. You got the tropes and everything.
Yeah,
like
there's fighting and whatnot.
Yeah, like another one that was weird, but mostly because of the characters. I don't know if you ever saw it, Satch Bell. Basically, Satch Bell was this weird series where these demons came in from like the demon world, and they paired up with a partner, and everybody had a book. The book had spells that when only the partner could read it, and when the partner read it, they could fight. It was a tournament to see who the next demon king would be.
So it's actually demons without tentacles and stuff, because that's what traumatized me about Berserk.
No.
Once the Japanese demons take out tentacles, things get really weird.
Like all these demons are they're weird characters. Some are very imposing, some are not so much. Like Satch Bell. Satch Bell looks like a puppet. He looks like a little blonde boy who's a puppet. And he has no memory, because when they get thrown into the real world, like they kind of forget a bit, but his is a special case. It's a whole drawn out story. That's part of the whole story. And he gets paired up with this really smart kid who doesn't want to make friends. He's really antisocial, but he's really smart, and they have to like grow together, and he kind of brings him out of his shell. But the characters are just weird. Like really weird. There's one scene where they need to get past this super imposing like guy, like demon and his partner, and he's like this warrior guy. And one character who is a star, Fulgore, he's a superstar with a very messed up hit song. He gives him a melon, and the melon tempts the demon, and they start singing about the melon as he eats the melon. And then they beat him up and hogtie him because he was singing about the melon.
Something that maybe it's because like the first time I watched it, but I always considered them weird, but too visually pleasing. It's like works of art, but the themes tend to be a little bit weirder, at least for me. I guess it's again like Western versus Eastern kind of cultures. But like many of the Studio Ghibli, like you talk about Princess Mononoke,
those are beautiful. Those are works of art.
Spirit Away. They're works of art, but there's stuff like the little ghosts in Princess Mononoke.
Yeah,
they were like nightmarish, but they were so cute at the same time.
Exactly.
And you have so much of that.
he draws from a lot of like Japanese mythology, like a lot of Japanese mythology. But his style is like, I am a Studio Ghibli fan. Like I love all of them. My favorite, Spirited Away. That movie is just
Spirited Away is beautiful. So
right
is Mononoke. Princess Mononoke is amazing.
Oh yeah,
one of my favorites.
And Kiki's Delivery Service too.
Yeah.
Which is hilarious because that's one of those movies that, you know, you could have like the most masculine anime fan ever, like an anime bro, and you go like, did you see a Kiki's Delivery Service? And you'll see them like go like, yeah, it was awesome, because it's just amazing. So it's like all of his works are just awesome.
And it's the themes are so weird. Like when you even think about like Totoro. Like Totoro is like this weird ghost thing. It's like it's a really creepy like topic, but he's so adorable.
Yeah, but you know, that's the whole joke, that there are some underlying really serious themes in the beauty of it.
Yep.
Okay, so we went with weird. How about an anime that you weren't expecting to like but ended up liking it?
That's a good question. So I'm gonna confess that I watched Hamtaro for the song.
Ooh, I love Hamtaro.
Wow, Hamtaro.
I know that theme song in English, and it's kind of sad.
It's Hamtaro time.
Oh God.
Chicka 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 chicka. Ooh, when we work together, it's much better. Oh God, I'm having flashbacks, bro.
The theme song was so darn catchy that I could not stop from watching it.
Oh no, definitely. How about you?
I don't know. I've watched so many weird things. Like,
well,
how
about
a bit of like Sailor Moon, for instance? Like, I would admit to that. Like, Sailor Moon wasn't terrible.
Okay, there you go. There's a lot of like, I like Sailor Moon, like the old series.
Yeah,
I haven't seen the new one.
But yeah, other than that, like I from like the what was it? Record of Lodoss War.
Mm-hmm.
Like I thought I wasn't gonna like it because the art was really like old and the theme itself it's weird, but I actually enjoyed it a lot. Like it ended up and the I think I watched it because of the theme song, like the credit song. It was like amazing.
Okay.
And I love that one.
That's cool. For me, honestly, there's two of them. One of them being Outlaw Star. I was never really into like space and Gundam anime. But Outlaw Star was just an amazing anime, and I saw it on Toonami because, you know, that was the catalyst for a lot of geeks back then. But then there's another one that I rarely admit to liking, but I do, and I actually have the box set. Literally, I'm staring at the box set of this series right now. Final Fantasy Unlimited. If you ask any diehard Final Fantasy fan about this anime, they will look at you like you just, you know, mentioned that their mother likes to do things with farm animals. Take care of them, of course, that's what I meant. But no, I love this series. It wasn't the best, but something about it was like the visuals and everything, I just liked it. And they actually summoned creatures with a gun.
I was looking, I just Googled that one. I'm not familiar with Final Fantasy Unlimited. And it reminded me of Vampire Hunter D. I don't know if you guys saw that.
Oh, I love Vampire Hunter
amazing.
D.
Yeah.
Oh, that movie was like that whole thing was amazing.
And it falls into weird, like, you know, like the whole like mouth in his hand thing. It's a really weird anime, but it was amazing.
Yeah, it was creepy, but I liked it. But there's a lot of anime like that. Like, there's a lot of anime like that.
You know, one of these like short but sweet that I wish like there were more episodes, but they kind of dropped suddenly. There was this Bastard. It's just like 6 or 8 episodes in English. I don't know if they ever did more in like Japanese, but I've never found them. I know the manga continued, but it's an amazing experience. Like some of the best like drama fights, like it's just like amazing to watch. And once like the first like arc kind of dies down, you know, there's more to come. There's a lot happening, and it disappeared, and I couldn't find a lot of it later. And I figured it out years later that it was that they arrested the writer, and he was put in prison, so he couldn't continue until he was like let out. And then the manga continued. So, but if you haven't watched it, it's really short, but it's amazing. Some of like the best fight scenes, like just because of the feeling in those fight scenes, best character development, and it's a really short anime. If you wanna watch something like that, something short but really awesome.
Okay, a weird anime that I actually remember seeing but could never find again was Read or Die. I don't know if anybody's heard of that one. Basically, like there's two series. I saw the what would technically be considered the sequel series. I never saw the first one. I saw Read or Die the TV. Basically, it was three sisters, quote unquote sisters. They weren't actually related. They just found each other. That were paper masters. So they could turn paper into weapons, and they could like make things with paper. And they were looking for the protagonist from the first series, from the first Read or Die, who was like the best paper master. And it's the funniest thing because all three of the sisters are upset. Well, two of the sisters, and then the little one kind of gets into it. But two of the sisters are obsessed with books, and it called to me because I'm I love books. So I would see this series was amazing, but I could never find the rest of it.
It's really awesome.
Yeah,
Read or Die. I just Googled it and I had never watched this. This looks really fun.
Yeah, like Read or Die the TV is pretty legit. Like I really like it. And then there was another one. Oh God, I forget. Okay, so this one is kind of a sour note with a lot of anime fans. Big O.
You like Big O?
Anybody saw that one? Big O?
Isn't that like a mech anime?
Yes. It's a mech anime, but it's weird because it's kind of set in like a noir setup. Like a city, like a dark, grungy detective story kind of thing. So the first season was amazing, and everybody loved it, but they just never finished it. And then Cartoon Network commissioned the second season, and it was bad. It was real bad. Like, it wasn't, like, super bad, but then you got to the ending, and you're like, what? What? What the heck? No.
You know what was like that for me? Attack on Titan. Attack on Titan started really good, and then it got really weird really fast. Like, I don't know. I just never, like, I just dropped it at some point. It was just weird and not interesting, I guess.
But did you get to the point where they discover what they are on exactly, or not?
No.
Okay.
Well, maybe, I don't know. It was weird.
Because right
I
now,
a lot of Attack on Titan.
I've kept the series, and it shifted completely from survival, we're gonna die, to a completely political anime. Like entirely political.
Yeah,
it was political to start with, but it was like it went over the edge with political topics.
That's weird. Okay, yeah, I just lost interest, I guess. But I liked the beginning, like the first like season or whatever. I watched most of it, and it was really awesome. But
the only problem I have with Attack on Titan is the only thing I have a problem with One Piece, and I want to be honest, it's not bad. It's not a bad thing, but there's so many darn characters now, and that I just don't remember who the heck is anyone anymore.
See, that's the thing. The good thing about One Piece is that Oda Sensei will remind you because he'll bring it up later, like 300 chapters later. That he's like, "Oh, remember that little thing I mentioned? Here you go. It's part of the story."
Yeah, he at least takes the time in reintroducing a character if he needs to do it.
It's like, "Hey, remember this character you hated in this arc? Haha, I redeemed him, and now you love him because reasons." And you do like you
I will never like Sasuke. Like Sasuke can die forever. Like I would have burned him.
Well, no, but Sasuke's Sasuke. Like, he's
no.
He's
Sasuke is
edgelord
evil.
supreme.
And he should have been killed, murdered, and like burned alive. Like Sasuke is a messed up character. I never agreed with bringing him back into like the town and whatever.
See, it took me a lot to just get back into Naruto. Like after the whole 2 years of filler.
I think I think story wise, the author lost control of his story. But
With Naruto?
yeah, but it was a better, darker version of the series at the end. If you like more darker, but I think he lost control. As soon as he created a villain that he didn't know how to kill, that's when the story just like went downhill, because you just created a character that was so powerful that no one could kill him. Now you have to go into Bleach mode and do a lot of assholes.
Yeah, well,
So you don't think he had that planned? Like, I don't know. Like,
No.
the whole thing became so weird at some point.
The thing I don't like about Naruto is like they don't show progression. Like the newer generation is better than the previous one. It's like this guy from hundreds of years ago, these two guys from hundreds of years ago are back and no one can beat them. It's like, okay, so instead of being better ninjas, you have actually lost your way, and these old buzzards from the past are kicking your butt.
Yeah.
And then you had no way to kill that character. I'm trying to not being spoily. And then you go and make him even stronger.
Yeah.
Okay, no. Sorry about the spoilers. No, once you make a whole new series based on the sequel of the old series, no, there's no spoilers. If you haven't seen the old series, no, you don't get spoiler warnings.
The new series is also taking a complete dump on all the things the old series did too.
Oh yeah, that's why I stopped reading it.
I have completely ignored Boruto. Like, it didn't exist.
So, but like that's the thing. Like some series, if they go on long enough, they fall into that. Like that's one of my problems with Dragon Ball. I love Dragon Ball. I love Dragon Ball Z. I love Dragon Ball Super. But
Dragon Ball Super was too repetitive. It was same old.
Dragon Ball in itself is same old. Let's be honest.
But when you have to start like going into like new color schemes for your hair because you don't know how to make them stronger, it was really stupid. I'm sorry. Like,
no, the thing that bothered me about Dragon Ball Super is the same thing that bothered me about Dragon Ball Z. You set up a potential for like what Mike said, like a potential for like the new generation of being the successors, the more powerful ones, with Gohan and Cell. Like, Goku sacrificed himself so that Gohan would have the drive to beat Cell, to show that he is the most powerful. And then it's like, no, Goku will always be the most powerful. Kid, you're gonna go study, you're gonna become a nerd, and you're gonna become a laughing stock. Krillin will have more fighting ability than you. Okay, leave.
For me, that part of the Cell arc where Gohan goes like Super Saiyan, like, oh my
Super
god,
Saiyan 2. He turns Super Saiyan 2.
When they squish the head of the android and he goes like, okay, ballistic. There's a pigeon on the screen for fuck. And and then after that, Gohan is like nothing. Like nothing. He becomes like nothing for the rest of every arc ever.
That like irked me to no extent. And not only that, like Vegeta is one of the greatest character development in anime history. Like, hands down. He goes from villain to whipped by a woman that is more powerful than him, money-wise, stronger character-wise, and she knows it and she uses it, and he's like, I like her. Saiyans like this kind of thing. And you take him and you're like, okay, we're gonna give him this much power, but now Goku's better. Okay, but Vegeta's gonna suffer and he's gonna train and now Goku's better. Oh, okay.
So,
okay.
I got news for you once you're done.
Yeah, go for it, man.
It's not happened yet, and this is all.
Oh no, I already read the new the spoiler for the new Dragon Ball Super chapter, and yes, I'm hopeful of what I read.
Well, I don't know, but for the first time, Vegeta is getting the Goku treatment.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
So far.
That's why I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful that for maybe an arc or two, they give Vegeta the lead when it comes to power, even if Goku then does some BS training somewhere with someone and ends up being better, but at least give my man Vegeta a moment, because it's gonna annoy me. I'm gonna go ballistic if Vegeta gets like this new power and becomes super powerful after training for how long and where he's at right now. No spoilers, because this is actual like new stuff. And then like 3 chapters later, Goku gets the same power because reasons.
See, I think Vegeta's gonna finally be the hero of an arc, but
I'm hoping.
Here's my problem with how it's being done. It's like Vegeta and Goku have been training with a destroyer god and an angel. Yet somehow, he's training with mortals and will become far stronger than what Beerus and Whis could have trained him into? How does that make sense?
So I think, honestly, I think it's the way he's training. Because if you've seen how Vegeta trains, it's just hardcore, pushing through, strength training, fighting training.
And that's what I like about Vegeta as a character. You see his frustration. Like, he is driven by that frustration.
Exactly.
That's amazing.
But in this training, he's had to stop. He's had to like meditate, find himself, build that part of his body, which has been what's been missing. Goku hasn't needed to skip that. Goku has had fighting, a lot of fighting, but also a lot of meditation, a lot of concentration, inner training. Vegeta has never done that, and now he's doing it, and suddenly it's like, holy crap, I'm powerful. Whoa, that's cool.
And I get that, but why would a god not be able to tell Vegeta that? It's like, aren't Whis and Beerus supposed to oversee the universe? Haven't they met those people before?
But you've seen Beerus. You've seen Beerus. He's lazy. He's a cat. He's literally a cat.
But Whis?
I don't know. Maybe he felt that this is how Vegeta needed to train. We don't know.
But he's an angel. He should be more knowledgeable than the population that is currently training Vegeta.
But that's Dragon Ball. Come on.
Yeah,
Dragon Ball always do this. Like, King Kai was like the biggest thing ever, and then
Supreme Kai, and then Elder Kai, and then
no, but I get it. I get it. But the thing is, like, Vegeta's being trained by mortals. They should be inferior to any Kai. Why is Vegeta getting trained and stronger by beings that are supposed to be lesser?
Again, I think it's more because maybe this is the specialty that could only be trained by them.
And Whis didn't know that Vegeta needed to calm down and meditate?
Maybe Whis just didn't give a damn.
You're giving this too much thought,
Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Well. These are the top. This is the kind of conversation that comes up when people really like a series and they just go in depth, just analyzing everything. Oh, that's straw moved. That has a meaning.
Yeah, but that goes to show that it's what happens when you, I guess, spend too much time with a series.
Yeah, that's true. Except Oda Sensei. Oda Sensei will never be wrong in anything that he does, writes, or does, because he is the master.
I wanted to go into this. So what's the best anime? Like, the thing that you would just recommend everybody has to watch before they die? Would you guys go with like One Piece or?
No. Like, I would recommend it, but like best anime series all around for like anything like style, music, action, characters, Cowboy Bebop, hands down.
Oh,
it's
wow,
not even,
really?
It's not even a question. No, it's not even a question. Cowboy Bebop, hands down.
Interesting. Okay.
How about you, Mike? I have not seen Cowboy Bebop, so I would have to go with
Oh,
One Piece.
dude, no, you have to. You will not have a valid anime geek card until you watch Cowboy Bebop. If you don't know Spike, if you don't know Faye, if you don't know Ed, then no, go. You need to go watch it.
Okay, before we continue, I need to clear something up because my super memory bank is reminding me of something, and I think one of you two know this answer. I remember somebody talking to me about a series. Maybe it wasn't you two, but maybe you'll know anyway. Somebody talking to me about a series where the protagonist, when he was about to kick ass, he would always say, "It moved."
Oh God, yes, I've heard. Oh God, I've seen the series.
So which
I've seen the series. No, oh God, that I remember. Oh my God, give me a minute. Give me a minute.
I don't know which series it was, but I remember somebody telling me those two words.
It moves.
It moved. Yeah. I've seen this. Oh God.
I'll Google it. But Mike, what's your favorite anime of all time?
So like I said, since I have not seen Cowboy Bebop, I would have to fall back to One Piece. I want to say that I would call Naruto my favorite series, and on top of that, I would still say One Piece is a better series than Naruto.
Okay.
Because it's, the things that happen there, while they're jokes, tragedy, it's the author. I just don't understand how well thought out the storylines are in that series. It's like, even a gag is so well thought out that I don't believe it. In American style cartoons, like, let's go back to the 1940s and Tom and Jerry. You know how many times Jerry dismembered, disfigured, impaled Tom? But the gag would end right there. Like, next frame, Tom is healthy. All that, even as a running gag, the running gag survives forever. If it's let me put it this way: if a character's permanently disfigured, that character will stay permanently disfigured for the rest of the series, even if it was a gag. That's how strict he is in continuity. And his ability...
But I think that's the way. Like, to be honest, if you're doing it... Like, he has been doing this for years. Like, there's, 700, 900 episodes, he has to do that for, the continuity of the thing, right? Otherwise, it just becomes some, Saturday morning kiddie cartoon,
I think he doesn't have to do it. It's a gag.
But I think that's the genius of it. Like, for him, this is like writing a very long book.
So
I think that's a way.
Let me bring one example out while Dex is gonna have a hard time finding what that series was.
Yeah, no, dude, I can see it, I can visualize it, but I've seen way too many damn animes.
If you're listening to this podcast and you have a way to comment, just let me know which series it was, because I remember somebody saying, "Oh, I like the series where the character when he's about to kick somebody's ass, he says it moved." It might have even been a gun. I don't remember if it was a gun.
Trigon? Was it Trigon?
Maybe we haven't mentioned Trigon, and Trigon is one of those classic genius animes. Like, everybody has liked it. I haven't watched it, but people love Trigon.
Trigon is amazing. Vash the Stampede is the quintessential goofball, hardcore, horrible, sad backstory anime hero.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if it's Trigon. Trigon is cool because it had that comedy and action kind of mix that I think that's what a lot of people have liked of that series.
I will eventually find which anime that was.
Oh God, it's gonna kill me. It's literally gonna kill me.
For me, hands down, best anime, and you guys have still not heed my word, is Fairy Tail. There's nothing that compares to it. It's just it moves me. It's moved my soul. The more I have watched, the more I just love every arc. The music, the characters.
I found it. I knew it. I knew it. It's Final Fantasy Unlimited.
Oh, come on.
Really?
It is. The Magun. Yes. If it doesn't move, it doesn't activate. So whenever he was about to summon something, if it the gun would shimmer and he would go it has moved, and then it would dematerialize and materialize as the Magun, and then he would do the other catchphrase, which is the stupidest catchphrase ever, but he goes like, the soil charged triad to use in you has been decided. And he picks 3 bullets, 3 different colored bullets, and puts it into the gun, and then he summons the creature. I knew I had seen that.
So it was you then, because I don't think anybody else it would have been.
Yep, Final Fantasy Unlimited.
See,
you and you eidetic memory, Mike. That's like crazy.
Yeah, no, I have to come back to it because I remember somebody telling me like that particular piece of the series, and that's pretty much all I recorded that day.
Yeah. It's Final Fantasy Unlimited. It's the Magon.
That's cool.
I'm surprised none of us, or maybe I should not be surprised, none of us has mentioned Yu-Gi-Oh!
I mean, Yu-Gi-Oh!
It's not an anime.
It depends. It depends which seasons. Like the first couple seasons, yeah, okay. But then after a while, it just got too much. Though it did give us one of the greatest anime dubs of all times, which is Pegasus. You've activated my trap card, Yugi boy. It's oh god, Pegasus. I love Pegasus. He's the man. I love him.
And did anyone?
Actually, I did watch a bit of Yu-Gi-Oh. It wasn't bad. I actually liked it. I never followed the story, but it was one of those like turn on the TV. It was there. You would just watch a couple of episodes. It was actually pretty fun.
And I'm surprised we haven't mentioned another classic. Finish up, Mike, and I'll mention it.
Has anyone watched The Prince of Tennis, which was supposedly a big hit in Japan?
No, I've never seen it.
The Prince of Tennis.
The Prince of Tennis.
Oh no.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah,
The Prince of Tennis is one of those animes where you conclude that the Japanese culture can make anything interesting.
On that note, before I mention the other anime, I will recommend Food Wars. Do not watch it with parents nearby, with small children nearby, because they take the idea of food so amazing it changes you to a whole new meaning. But it is really good, and it has that anime food aesthetic. You know how you've seen some anime food that you're like, oh god, I know that could exist in real life, but I don't know if it'll look as good as it looks in anime. So if you have a chance, Food Wars, trust me on this. But I'm surprised we haven't mentioned a staple of many young otaku and anime watchers back in the day, and still today, Pokemon.
Oh wow!
With the perpetually 10-year-old Ash Ketchum.
I mean, Pokemon people have gone so far out there that they concluded that the first episode when Ash saw Ho-Oh.
Yeah, I know that theory.
And Ho-Oh supposedly grants the wishes of anybody who sees or catches his feather that he wished to be eternally happy, and that's why he remained a kid all this time, and everyone around him remains the same age.
Yeah, there's that one. There's the theory that he's in a coma. That first episode when he like crashed his bike and got electrocuted by Pikachu trying to save him from the Spearows, he was put in a coma, and that's why it's happening. But I'll be completely honest. I followed most of the series for however long it's been, but every time Ash lost the Pokemon League, I just got progressively angrier because it was progressively obvious that they were just trying to stop him. I don't remember which one of the series it was, but he was almost at the semifinals. He had an amazing team, like fully evolved. He actually thought about what he was doing. I'm like, he is gonna win. Here comes a random trainer with Darkrai and Latios. Because reasons.
One of the Reggies.
Yes, I'm one of the Reggies. Yes, of course. So 3 legendaries. This just random dude. Yeah, random. Yeah. We don't know who he is. We don't care. He has these 3. Isn't there only supposed to be one Darkrai? Yes. How does he have it?
Because, reasons.
Because plot. And then the last one before the Alola one, where the final match, Ash had the type advantage. Fire versus water. Ash was supposed to win. Goes down to one last attack, which, in all theory, Ash should win. No, he loses. Fire Pokemon beat a water Pokemon. Okay, sure.
Come
sure.
on, his Pikachu beat Brock. Like, that's insane.
Yeah. Yeah, but we all know that Pikachu it's actually not a Pikachu. We all know that Pikachu is actually Arceus, the god of Pokemon and the god of everybody, and he just has a perpetual like electric plate on. We know that.
He fought himself in the movie then?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
That was just an illusion. That's all it was.
I don't know. I think Pokemon just lost control of its story too. Like they just keep coming up with. I think once you created Arceus, you cannot get any more powerful than that. It's like you hit your plateau right there. He's the god of the universe, so.
But honestly, I'll be completely honest though. The anime series did create 3 of the most lovable knuckleheads in anime history. Team Rocket.
Prepare for trouble.
And make it double.
I have to admit that the studio that took over the animation series, like I became a grumpy old man and started hating on it because the art looked horrible and whatnot. And as I started watching that Alola series, I'm like, this is a freaking masterpiece.
Okay, the Alola series, it went from Pokemon the anime to Pokemon the harem anime.
That's every single head. I've said this before.
No. I'm sorry. Like all the female characters in that damn series were after Ash, and even the fire guy trainer. That fire dude had a broship with Ash that went a little beyond just a broship. That was a bromance right there. Like, I'll be honest though, the Beware gag is one of the best. Beware. Like, that's just one of the best.
Yeah.
Like, Team Rocket always seems to find that Pokemon that will protect them to the very end, regardless of anything.
Yeah, it appears out of the sky with jetpacks and whatnot. Anything to do to protect his buddies.
Yeah. Oh, you're attacking my best friends? You're a legendary Ultra Beast? I'm going to punch you in the face. And it did.
Yep.
And it beat it.
Yep.
And then it picked up his friends and left.
Yep. Everybody loves Beware now. And Mimikyu, that's one of the best written stories. And they've lived, they basically actually like draw his story based on what it actually is supposed to be. Like,
yeah. And that's one of the only other things I love about the Alola series. They gave Team Rocket a clean win against Ash.
yes.
A clean win, no tricks, no gimmicks, no outside interference. It was a clean win. They beat Ash. Ash should have just given them Pikachu for that.
Yep.
Like, after all they've been through, Ash should have been like, sorry, Pikachu, I mean, this is humiliating. Just go with them.
Yep.
Wow.
All right, so this is going to be the end of this episode. Sure, go ahead.
No, as we end, let's any recommendations for people stuck at home?
Fairy Tail.
Anime. Fairy Tail. There 100%. We go. Manga. Any manga that you've been reading that you might want to recommend?
I would have to say, if you haven't started One Piece, you should. You have time now to catch up. Be patient.
Oh, wait a second. We have
it will take you like a year to catch up. Even you have to be a year in quarantine to catch up.
We have a special guest, Emperor Palpatine. You have something to say about starting One Piece? Do it. Yep, there you go. The Emperor of the whole universe has said do it. So watch One Piece.
So that and yeah, just watch One Piece. That's a good series. Any final words from you, Dex?
From me, like, yeah, if anybody wants to start One Piece, I recommend it. Another surprising series that I've been watching and liking is One Punch Man.
Really?
I love it. I love it. I love it for what it is. It's a gag series, and I love it.
Yeah.
You have to see it. I guess you have to see it.
Serious. It takes itself too serious too. I don't know.
No, it doesn't. That series knows it's a gag series, and it just goes. It triples down on it. It's like, nope, we are completely gag. We're just pretending to be a serious superhero series. But no, like that series knows is just straight up gags, and they just embrace it. Like the minute you hear Saitama admit what his workout is, you're like, oh no, he's messing with me. They're messing with me. I'm good. No, I'm gonna keep watching it, but I'm good.
If you follow that regimen, you're still gonna be a pretty healthy person.
Oh no, yes, you are, but like compared to what he is now. But then it's a gag anime, but then you start like diving into the actual like story of it, and you realize why Saitama became like that and why every other character became like that. And you're like, oh, it actually has some deeper meaning, but it's still a pure gag. Like, and the art style right now is amazing, but then when you realize how it started, like how the original author started it with the really crappy but so adorable drawing style, like it's just awesome.
It's like what's this anime? RWBY. That started really crappy. The art was like awful, and it became so famous that it looks amazing now, and it has like a crazy following.
And another one that I've just picked up manga wise, but there is a series, is Mashita Iruma-kun. Basically, it's Welcome to the Demon World, Iruma-kun. And it's really good. It's really stupid, and I love it.
So I guess it's Mighty Mashita. Mighty Mashita.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mighty Mashita. Yeah.
A few of the newer things, just for like everybody stuck at home, just like have like some variety. My Hero Academia is pretty good, and Castlevania is pretty good.
Castlevania, yeah. I need to get.
Castlevania is amazing.
I need to get Netflix again so I can watch it.
Yep.
But yeah, regardless of whether you're just getting into the hobby or if you've been an anime fan for a while, I guess if we have to close with something, it's the following: don't like insult people, don't like get angry with people, don't like try to humiliate or belittle people who are trying to get into a series or who saw a series that you don't consider up to standards. Everybody's an anime fan. Just we're supposed to be in it for like just the love of it. Don't like gatekeep or be pretentious or anything like that. If some 300-pound muscle man likes Sailor Moon, you go like, bro, I love it too. If some like tiny little girl for some reason likes Vampire Hunter D, you go like, that's a little disturbing, but hey, I respect it. Don't insult anybody, and don't try to like put anybody off from a series just because you don't think they're up to it. Just don't. We have enough of that BS in a lot of other fandoms. We don't need it here.
Yep.
Everybody just get along.
Just be conscious. Like, people are very defensive about the animes they like. Like, very defensive. You have to just understand that.
No, like I get it, but still, like we don't need to be this defensive. We don't, like, I get it. It used to be a sort of a niche hobby. Now it's not. Now it's pretty grown, and
Yep.
we should keep growing it. We should keep embracing everybody. Oh, you like this series? Excellent. You like this series? Excellent. You like this series? Excellent. Except Boku no Pico. Nobody that likes Boku no Pico is allowed. Don't Google it. Do not Google it. I am warning you. Do not Google it.
I will heed the warning.
This is the series that people use to trick people into Googling something they shouldn't. Do not do it. And with that, I end my rant.
Okay, so this puts the end to our episode. As I said when we started, you can follow us on Twitter. We are at Geeks and Gripes. You can follow us on any other social media platform, Facebook, Instagram. We're Geeks and Gripes. If you become a Patreon, once we start getting Patreons, we'll figure out how to do some form of exclusive content.
So what I was thinking right now is that maybe we'll start doing some Let's Plays. After this episode, I'm actually gonna get in contact with a friend of mine to see if we do like a little side cast. Because we discussed a lot of episodes, but in the end, we're three geeks. We don't have a perspective that other people might have, and I know that she has a perspective about a lot of anime series or genres that we probably would never consider watching or looking at. So I'll see if I can get in touch with her, and we'll do sort of a side cast, and we'll still post it on YouTube and everything, but that's kind of what I envision as some of the like special content would be.
Yep.
Like Let's Plays, sidecast, like rant moments, stuff like that. So that's kind of what we're going for right now.
Yep. So thank you everyone for following us all the way to the end. If you have, we are appreciated, and if you want to drop us a comment or anything, we welcome it. I think,
Please love us.
Yes, I think right now we're using a Gmail, geeksandgripes@gmail.com. Go ahead, send us something. We'll try to comment back. Everyone that has followed us on Instagram, thank you very much. Even the weird podcast that I shall not unfortunately mention, but thank you too.
Hey, everybody's loved.
Yes, we love you. We just want to keep it PG right now. So thank you for adding us, and we hope to hear, we hope to hear from you, and hope you follow us and continue listening to the rest of our episodes. Thank you, and we are out.
Watch One Piece. Bye.
Sad.